financial firefighter here today. Just want to let you folks know, hopefully the videos are getting a lot better and clearer. So if you haven't seen my previous video, please go check it out. I mentioned that some people have been commenting and letting me know that my videos have been coming out horrible. So hopefully they're getting better. I've been working on it, checking on the settings, but please subscribe, like, comment, let me know how I'm doing. This editing stuff takes a lot of work, trying to learn how to do it. But yeah, let me know, subscribe, like, comment. Also, let me remind you, I do work for the Honolulu Fire Department. I do work for RE/MAX Honolulu. All the ideas, topics discussed on this channel are of my own. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here to just hopefully help you get started in your out-of-state real estate investing journey. So, what are we going to talk about today? Actually, this was my topic. I was going to use this topic from my previous video. So if you haven't checked it out, my previous video is on out-of-state property management. Basically, a lot of people have been asking me if I thought about self-managing my own properties out of state. So if you want to know the answer to that, go check out my previous video. But today's topic is going to be about developing our buy box. So I'm just gonna go over a brief explanation of what we're gonna use a buy box for. If you want a better in-depth explanation or how to, I highly recommend One Rental at a Time. Michael Zuber's course is the most affordable course out there, but it's an excellent course, covers all type of topics, but it will go very in-depth on how to set up your buy box. Right now, I just want to kind of go over a brief explanation so that we can get an understanding of how we're going to use our buy box. So basically, the buy box is going to help us determine what are average, good, and great deals in our market. So once we pick our market, now we're going to start looking at any type of real estate site, property site like Zillow, Realtor.com, and we're going to do this daily for our zip code for our market, and we're going to run the numbers and see what type of properties, what type of returns these properties bring, so that we have an idea of what we're going to be looking for. So as soon as a property may hit the market, just by quickly looking at it, we can have like, okay, that's going to be a certain percentage return. I'm going to look further into it. But our buy box is going to help us understand the intricacies of the market that we're going to operate in. So what type of numbers or criteria do you put in your buy box? Everybody's buy box is going to be slightly different. Basically though, you're going to have different filters. So typically, it's going to be single family home, 3 bedrooms and above. Square footage count is an option for some people. They don't want it too small, but at the same time, you don't want too big of a square footage because that requires more maintenance. If you do have vacancies, it's more expensive to get the property up and to be rent ready again. So those are things you have to consider: square footage size, maybe age of the home. So for example, I invest in the Pittsburgh market, and there's a lot of older properties in that area. So some people may put a certain criteria on the year built for the property. Some people may only want parking, air conditioning. But basically that's what you're gonna filter your search, and you're gonna run the numbers. You're gonna basically run what the list price is, and you're gonna use the calculations that are usually given to you in those sites. You can kind of get an estimate on what your principal, interest, tax, and insurance is gonna be. And then you also gotta factor in your property management costs and vacancy rate and CapEx expenses. So once you figure all that out and you do your research on what the rent may be, so now you're going to determine what your cash on cash or yield or your return on capital is. So those are indicators on what type of return you're getting on your initial investment that you're putting down on these particular properties. So by doing this daily, you'll get a great understanding of what average deals are, what good deals are, and what great deals are. So working with our buy box, this is something that we want to do on a daily basis because we want to see how our market operates. We want to see how long properties stay on the market. We want to see if there's price reductions, if there's price cuts. So for example, in the market today, you're probably going to notice properties staying on the market a lot longer. You're going to see more price reductions. The market has changed quite a bit in the past few months because of interest rates. So interest rates, all of you know, are starting to climb, are at probably in the low 6s for owner occupants. So as an investor, you are probably looking in the 7 to 8 range right now. There is a lot of different products out there, adjustable rate mortgages. But to me, as a newbie, as a first-time investor, I highly recommend trying to get fixed rate debt if possible, 30-rate fixed rate mortgages if possible. That's the safest way to operate, especially in the beginning. A more seasoned investor might take advantage of these adjustable rate mortgages. But like I was saying, we want to do this daily because we want to see how the market is operating and how the market is moving. And this also helps us, like I said, it helps us looking for what type of returns that we can expect. So the one area that I do slightly differ than Michael Zuber on One Rental at a Time, and I want to say he is a way more experienced investor, way bigger portfolio, a lot more successful, and I totally respect this man. I love his channel. I love his content. He to me is the best channel out there. But the one thing and one area that I do slightly differ is that he talks about only doing great deals. And I agree, yes, we want to do great deals. However, I think as a new investor and a newbie, we have to also realize that I think sometimes we can get caught up in analysis paralysis by only looking for great deals. And the way I kind of look at it is all the other investors are also looking for great deals. So as a newbie, you're going to be up against all these other people that are looking for great deals, and they are more experienced. They're going to be more prepared. They're going to understand how to get these transactions done quicker and more efficiently. So if we're only looking at great deals, in my opinion, we are kind of putting ourselves behind an 8-ball. So for me, I kind of recommend that we want to make sure that we're going to have a deal that cash flows from day one. Like I was saying, we want to, as much as possible, be on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. We want to make sure we have enough reserves, make sure we're not extending ourselves too much by the down payment or getting this property. We want to make sure we have reserves for unexpected events, and that's something I'll talk about in a future video. I wasn't prepared for some of these expenses that I incurred, but that'll be for another video. But for me personally, I think getting your foot in the door is so important because there's so much learning by doing. So that is the one area that I slightly differ on Michael Zuber, is that yes, I agree, we want to do great deals. However, I think as you get more experience as an investor, only looking for great deals makes more sense. However, when you're first starting, I think getting your first property or getting your foot in the door provides you with so much knowledge and learning. But just make sure, like I said, make sure the property cash flows from day one. Make sure, as much as possible, we want 30-year fixed rate mortgage. We want to make sure we have a reserves, or what some people call a SWAN account, a sleep well at night account, so that for unexpected expenses, we have some reserves and we're not going to be extending ourselves financially too much. So I kind of look at it as like playing baseball. If you go up to bat, you're only going to see so many pitches per game. And if you're only looking for that one perfect pitch or one great deal, you may miss out on a lot of opportunities. So as a new investor, I think it's very important to take advantage of a good, solid deal early because there's so much learning that's going to come from it. So, like I said, stay tuned for my next video. I'll talk about not having enough reserve or not preparing well for some maintenance expenses, and it's a learning experience. But like I said, trust the process. Until my next video, keep looking for those deals.